Hello, this is Michael Denon, Vice Provost for Teaching and Learning and Dean of the Division of Undergraduate Education. And we're having conversations about the Division of Teaching Excellence and Innovation. And I'm here with Matt Williams. He's in charge for us of this new area we have. We're calling it kind of Instructional Spaces. It's different than what OIT does to support technology in the instruction. So I think this is a brand new area for faculty, Matt, and maybe just say a few words of kind of what you help us with, what you help faculty with, because it's very behind the scenes for most faculty. They're not really going to be aware of it.
Right. So you're right that it's a relatively new role. I think primarily what I'm focusing on is the continuous improvement of our instructional spaces. So that could be anything from large-scale renovations, new construction, to smaller changes such as swapping out furniture. My goal is that as instructional practices change, as we learn more about what practices work best for students, that the learning environment is there to support both the instructor and the student in what they're trying to do.
So something you said I think is very important to faculty understand. We're not just changing spaces willy-nilly.
Right.
Right? Can you say a little bit maybe about some of the experiences people elsewhere are having, some of the evidence around what we want to do with instructional spaces? Just real short, just so faculty understand where we're going with this.
Right. So I think the biggest thing is just having flexibility in the space. So technology is great, but even something as simple as students being able to turn and face each other when they're working in groups can have a big impact.
So in that vein of turning, talking to each other, being flexible, we have our new Anteater Learning Pavilion, and this is obviously a big space for this where we're trying a lot. Can you maybe give faculty a sense of some of the things to expect if they're going to be teaching in that space?
Right, so we have a few different spaces. We have kind of the high-tech version of our active learning classrooms, which are going to be, which are 60, 80, and 100 seat. Inside those classrooms, we have small group stations for each set of students, and students get a large shared display that they can work with. Students have a whiteboard that they can use. The seating is flexible so that it can be rearranged, although most of the time we'll probably be in groups of 6. So that's our high-tech lecture hall, our high-tech classrooms. We also have some modifications to the traditional lecture hall design. So in the Anteater Learning Pavilion, in the lecture halls, we have a 250 and a 400 seat. And in those classrooms, students can actually turn around and face the people behind them. Because instead of having several tiers, we have a couple tiers, and on a single tier, there may be 2 different rows.
Awesome.
So that's a big change. We're also incorporating things like wireless display and wireless projection so that the instructor can get off the stage and walk around and still have control of the screen and interact with students.
So as faculty want to use these, obviously we're in partnership with the registrar to do scheduling for this. And we're in partnership with Andrea to do workshops and so that they can learn how to do it. Would it make sense for you to now be a place if faculty want to kind of make suggestions, reach out, comment? Are you a good person to come talk to about these instructional spaces and how they can get to be used?
Yeah, short answer is yes. So we don't want to do this in a vacuum, and we want to make sure that we're kind of lockstep with what faculty are actually doing. So I'll be doing lots of outreach to faculty, to students, to figure out how these spaces are working for them. And as we kind of evolve over time, ideally, any feedback we get can be incorporated.
Awesome. So that's learning spaces and what we're doing with our classrooms. And this was Conversations on the Division of Teaching Excellence and Innovation. We look to see you over here in our building. Thanks for watching. This is the time where you get to be part of the conversation. Comment below. You know the drill. You know how to do that. Subscribe, follow us, look for us on all our social media, and stay part of the conversations. Thank you.